Hi, my name is Pastor Robert and I want to welcome you once again to our new episode. And today we're going to talk about a question. I'm going to ask you a question. Do you like what you're becoming? Think about that for a moment. Do you like what you are becoming? Because 5 years from now, the question is, will you be where you have planned to be, or will you be where life has thrown you? That's a very, very important question for you to answer. Because whether you like it or not, you are becoming something. Intentional living is an issue that you need to embrace with all your heart. Do not live your life to chance. Do not live your life to fate. Plan your life and you will be where you want to be. Jesus at 12 years, the Bible says, he went into the temple. He began to reason with the religious leaders. Jesus was never born to reason. He was born to save that which was lost. And he came here to give us life and give it to us abundantly. And at 12 years, he went and started reasoning with the religious leaders. But if you read in the book of Luke chapter number 2 and verses number 52, when he went back from that episode at 12 years, the Bible says he went back to Nazareth and he increased in wisdom, in stature, in favor with God and with man. So he started becoming what God had created him to be. This is a very important message in your life. Thinking about what you're becoming. Because it does not matter where you are at, who your parents are, what level of education you have, wherever you are, you can become what God created you to be. It is never too late. At any time of your life, you can wake up and embrace the fact that I can become better than what I am today. I can do better than what I am doing today. I want to use the story and the life of a brother in the Bible. It's called Jephthah. Jephthah is found in the book of Judges, chapter number 11. And his story covers 11 verses from verse number 1 and then to verse number 11. Jephthah was a son. The mother actually was a prostitute, and so he was disturbed by his siblings. His brothers messed up his life because they used the situation of his mother to even chase him out of his father's house. Let's just go there very quickly, and I'm going to read for you maybe 2 or 3 verses, and then we're going to see what we can learn from the life of Jephthah. It is in the book of Judges, okay? Judges chapter number 11. And from verse number 1, the Bible says, Now Jephthah the Gileadite was a mighty warrior, but he was the son of a prostitute. Gilead was the father of Jephthah, and Gilead's wife also bore him sons. And when his wife's sons grew up, they drove Jephthah out and said to him, You shall not have an inheritance in our father's house, for you are the son of another woman. So they chased him out of his father's house. He was left to himself, but wherever he went, Jephthah began to take care of his life. He began to equip himself. He began to win military battles, and the rumors came back to his brothers that Jephthah was doing very well. And when they were in trouble, they needed Jephthah to come and help them fight their enemies. And guess what happened? Jephthah was at a better place. He had become someone very important, even to the people that never saw value in him. And the Bible says that before he could come to fight for them, he had to sign a deal with them. He had to sign a contract with them. He had to become what he knew that unless I put it in writing, these people will try to push me back into what they tried to do previously. So he signed an agreement with them that if I win this battle for you, I am going to become your leader. And he did win the battle, and he became their leader. So what are some of the lessons that we learn from the life of Jephthah as we answer the question, do you like what you're becoming? Because this brother, when he left, disappointed by his family, he went about and did something with what was in his life. He knew he was gifted. He knew that he was able to fight, and he knew that regardless of my background, regardless of the fact that my mother was a prostitute, there are things in your life that you have no power to change. You have no power to change your past, but you can change your today and your future. You can take care of that, and you can add value to your life. You can begin to work against whatever is working against you, because whatever right now is working against you, if you take care of it intentionally, tomorrow it will be working to your advantage. So what did Jephthah do? He went and added value on his life. If you're going to become what God has created you to be, if you want to enjoy what you're becoming, be intentional and start adding value to your life. Add value to your life. so that those people that are rejecting you today will see something special in your life, and they will come seeking for you, just as they came seeking for Jephthah to be able to fight for them. In the Bible, most of the people used whatever God had given them, and they were able to add value on their lives. Okay? So he chose to add value. How do we add value? I want to share with you something that a friend of mine shared with me about how to add value. He said, in order for you to add value, you start with what you have. Okay? Let's say you are able to read. Just start with that gift of reading. Let's say you are good at a certain sport. Start with that and begin to cultivate. Let's say you've been called to sing. Start with that small gift you have and begin to grow it. Begin to add value on it. And before you know it, you're going to see great things happening with what God has given you. Okay? He began with worthless fellows. Okay? And then he started growing them into mighty captains. When you begin with what you have, God is going to bless you and it will begin to grow. All the people in the Bible, Moses had a rod. That's what God used to save the children of Israel. The little boy had just a little small lunch, and Jesus used it to feed 5,000 people. So what do you have? Just start with what you have and add value to it, and God will bless it. Okay? The other day we spoke about small things and small beginnings. Just start with what you have. What do you have? Remember in the Bible, David had just smooth stones. God used those and he was able to kill his giant. So ask yourself, if I don't like what I am becoming, what do I have in my life? I have this passion for photography. I'm going to use that and grow it into something that I want to enjoy in my life. Because whatever you are passionate about, that is the very thing that God is going to use to grow you into becoming what he called you to be. And then number 2, what Jephthah did, he worked hard. Okay? Many people today are very lazy. They have surrendered their lives to the grace of God and saying, if it is the will of God, God will do it for me. You have to be intentional about working hard. Work your gift, work your calling, work your career, work on whatever gift you have. Begin to do something about it. And don't just work hard, work smart. Use all the wisdom you can get to be able to transform your life using the very thing that God has given you. So this brother was a hard-working man. He went into the war zone and he started winning. He's got these worthless fellows and he did something with them. He started building a strong army. Before we knew it, this army was winning battle after battle, battle after battle. And then he was called upon to help other people to win them the battles that they had. Okay? And also what he did, he was able to add value for other people. Whenever God blesses you, he does not bless you for the blessing to end with you. Always remember, do not become so obsessed with winning in life that you begin stepping on people in your process and in your pursuit of your happiness and your goals. Because whatever we have in this life, God has given it to us so that we are a blessing to others. So in becoming whatever you want to become, don't forget that you have to help other people on your way to greatness. Help other people add value in their lives. Jephthah did not win his battles alone. He won these battles with other people. The same thing David did. He got these people who were in debt, people who were distressed, and together they built up a strong army. So remember, if you're becoming whatever God has called you to become, always add value on yourself, work hard, but also add value on others. In being blessed, let other people be blessed. In growing your gift, let other people's gifts also be used so that God will be glorified through your life. And then the other thing that you need to do, deal with your past positively. Many people are stuck in life in their past. They are stuck with what happened to them 10 years ago. You're stuck with what happened to you 20 years ago. Something that broke your heart 25 years ago. No, Jephthah did not allow the problems of his mother to distract him from what he was called to do. Yes, the mother was a prostitute. And yes, he did not tell his mother to become a prostitute. Yes, his brothers were rude. They were ruthless. But he did not allow all that to distract him from becoming a mighty warrior, from becoming a champion at war. He used his problems positively. He dealt with his past positively. Okay? If you don't handle your past carefully, your past is going to mess up your future. Okay? There are so many people have broken your heart. Maybe you were molested when you were young. Maybe someone stole something from you. Maybe someone abused you, and this began to interrupt your life. Do something about it, and your life is going to be wonderful. Lastly, learn to forgive. Learn to forgive. There are so many people today who are struggling in life because they are not able to forgive. Until Joseph was able to forgive his brothers, he could not see the destiny of God upon his life fulfilled. Until Job was able to pray for his friends, he was not able to see restoration in his life. Until Jephthah was able to forgive his brothers, he would never have come back to fight for them. Whatever people do to break your heart, to wound your spirit, use it for the glory of God. Just say like Jesus did. He said, Lord, forgive them. Father, forgive them, because they do not know what they are doing. Forgive my dog. They do not know what they are doing. So learn to be a forgiving person in this life. Do not carry this weight on you because of something someone did to you. Let God use that to your advantage, that you'll be able to go back to these people and minister life and hope to them. May God bless you even as you reconsider what you are becoming in this life. Choose to become what God called you to be. No matter how many hurdles you find in life, you can jump over them and still become what God called you to be. If you've been stuck somewhere, choose to come out of those ruts and begin to move forward. Choose to work against all these odds that are working against you and become whatever God called you to be. Were you turning into a bitter person? Were you turning into a bitter preacher? Were you becoming resentful? Were you becoming cynical? Please wake up and realize you could slowly but surely drastically begin to drift away from what you are called to be because of what people have done to you. Don't become anything but what God called you to be. I love you. May God bless you, and I trust that this has blessed you. Share it with your friends. You believe that they might be turning into something that God never called them to be, and I trust that your life will never be the same again. Use the example of Jephthah. He became a wonderful man because he worked against all these odds to become what he was created to be. Love you so much. Remember to subscribe. Share this video with many people, and I trust that their lives will never be the same again. See you next time in Jesus' name.